This video will walk you through step 1 of how to create a course schedule. The first thing you need to do is, of course, come to the banner landing page. After you log in, type in SSA SECT set. I guess it doesn't really matter whether it's lowercase because it's coming up, and you'll see that's going to pull up for schedule. So go ahead and click that. Again, SSA SECT. And just wait, be patient as it loads, as you can see. Okay, once it loads, it's just going to take you to this page, and I just want to first orient you to what you're looking at. First, you see you're on SSA SECT. You'll notice that we are in pre-prod. Eventually, this will shift over to, this is pre-production, eventually it will shift to production. In either case, it will always operate the same way. One of the things I want to just acclimate you to is the CRN, which is the really our old section number, right? So this is actually going to create our actual course number for the class. And every time you see an ellipsis, as you see here, you can actually search these terms. The other thing I want you to notice is that you can copy your CRN. After you build one course, then you need to go into copy mode for that same course. So if you build one biology course, you need to just go ahead and then copy for the next one so you don't have to start from scratch. You also have a go button over here as well, and you also have tools. And under tools, you can refresh your screen, you can print your screen, you can clear record, and you can clear data. Okay, so let's talk about terms. In Banner, terms are always going to begin the number, as in this case, will always begin with the end in mind, meaning that we're currently in the summer of 2020 when I'm recording this video. So that means that for the fall term, if I'm planning for the fall term, we're actually planning for the fall 20 to 2021 coming up, right? So you look at the full cycle, and so the end, that last date will represent the end of that school year, not the beginning. So 2021. 10 means fall. 20 means spring, and 30 means summer. And that's really important. So like for our course record number, we'll see that 10 means course was in the fall. So if you see a CRN number of 10005 for a course number, that means that's a fall course. If you see a course that says 20005, that's a spring course, and 30005 would mean it's a summer course. So again, 10 is fall, 20 is spring, and 30 is summer. That will be consistent as long as we have this system. So we're looking at fall 2021. Okay. So now that we've gotten that under control, the next thing you're going to do is create a CRN. So step 1 is to put the term in. If you can't figure out the term, you're not really sure, you can always use the ellipsis, and you can just see a list of terms. There you go. So you can just look it up if you're not really sure, and that's fine to do that. And there you go. Let's try to find it, fall 2020. There we go. We're correct. It's right here. 2021-10, and hit OK. So go ahead and click CRN. Let's go ahead and click. And the first thing you want to do is go ahead and put your course in. So I'm just going to type in Speech 107. And when you go from one box to the next, I'm tabbing. You can't see that. I'm not clicking, I'm actually tabbing. So I'm going to type in 107. I'm going to tab down. The title should generate automatically. If the title looks awkward or there's a spelling error, it's not capitalized properly, you need to contact Lori Chisholm in the records office, and she will correct that for you. The section number is never to be changed. This is a big, big no-no. It always stays at 0. So all you're going to do is fill out the first 3 boxes here. I'm going to tab down, and again, never ever touch section. That's really important. It can really mess up our schedule. Cross list is blank. So what I want you to notice is just the top 3 areas are done. This is autofill for section, and then I'm going to go to campus. Again, I am tabbing, not clicking. For campus, all of these ellipses, they mean that these are searchable windows. So for campus, until you get more comfortable with this, eventually you'll begin to remember what these numbers mean, right? These letters mean. So right now, Birmingham West Campus, it's not a dual enrollment course, so I'm going to put Birmingham West, BW. Again, eventually you'll remember that. So you can just really type them in once you learn them. Next is status. Active. Notice closely that you can cancel a class by coming in here as well. But right now it's active course. A. And again, we'll eventually get comfortable enough to know just to type these in. Schedule type. It's either online or lecture at Lawson. So we're just going to go ahead and this is a lecture course. And integration partner it's blank. So if you notice something that's very interesting, the 2 bottom pieces here are blank. You're going to see that's consistent throughout this whole document at the top. The bottom rows are going to be left blank. Again, no entry here, no entry here. I'm going to go over to grade mode. The only thing that is required in this area right here is session. Everything else is blank. You must remember that. So I'm going to go to session. Again, I hit the ellipsis, and we're asking for day, evening, online, or weekend. We do not click hybrid. So if it's a day course, day. If it's evening, evening. If this is a straight online course, not virtual, not a virtual course. Remember, virtual courses actually mean they meet with the classes. If this is a virtual class, even though it's being online delivery, it still meets. So for a virtual class, you would put day or evening. For a lecture course, you put day or evening or weekend. The only time you're going to ever select online is when a class is labeled as an online course only. There is nothing related to it being virtual at all. So it's just very important that we're not casual about this. We're very deliberate. So again, you never select online here at this section if a class is virtual. You just put the dates and times when the class is meeting and select the location, not the location, but you select the time of day. So we're going to say this is a daytime class. All right, so that's really important. We do have a separate video that goes over virtual and online that really explains that. I'm just showing you right now that you can click these areas and they can be hidden, and you can also expand them. Okay, so the only thing that's left for this portion, which is called course section information, that's where I am with these tabs at the top, or right under the first part, is the traditional class. After class type, you don't put anything else on this page. So all you're going to do here, let's do the ellipsis for part of term. You're just going to select, is this a mini term, is it a mini 1 and a mini 2, or full term? So I'm going to say this is a full term course. Okay. So after you've done that, guess what? You're finished with the first page. I want you, though, to really look at this page and examine it closely. Whenever you're working in schedule building and banner, it is very important that we take our time, that we're accurate, and that we do not make mistakes. So you don't ever want to rush through course building. So again, let's just kind of examine our course. For the first section of this page right over here, if you notice, we select the course number. This autofills for us the name of the course, and we said to stay away from section. It is always 0. You never type in here. You let it autofill. We also said that the very bottom cross list is left blank. We also noticed that everything at the bottom of this first section is left blank. Look at that. See that common factor there? Up here we put in the campus. We used our ellipsis to do that. The status is active. This is a lecture course and it's traditional. We said also again is blank at the bottom. On this third section we said there's only one area that we do, and that is session. And then I emphasize the fact that in here we select when is this course being delivered. Is it day? Is it evening? Is it weekend? We also noted that the only time we ever select online is when a class is completely online. Virtual classes actually meet. So for virtual classes you would have to put day, evening, or weekend. The last thing that I mentioned is that the last portion of this is the traditional class, and when you actually select part 1, whether it's a full-time course, which is number 1, mini 1, or mini 2, and again what's going to happen is that when we get more comfortable with this, we'll know to type in the letter 1, right? If I type in M1, it'll quickly shift for me. If I type in M2, it'll shift for me. So eventually you'll see we'll begin to understand what these numbers mean, and we can code and move faster as we build the schedule. That'll come in time. All right, I want you to notice that we have our headings up here, but once I save, now you can save in two different ways. You can come down here and save, or I can hit F10 on my keyboard. This is something I really like, and it'll save for me. And Banner, when things are saving, it'll always give you a green message at the top, or you'll get an error message telling you exactly what mistake you've made. The next video will be on section enrollment and meeting times and instructor. Please move to the next video.